Hello everyone, today we are going to be learning how to make a multiplication chart using notebook paper. So you need a piece of notebook paper and you need a pencil. It would help if you had maybe a pen or a marker or a crayon of a different color so that you can delineate your lines at the top of the chart from the rest of the chart. So another thing that you might want to grab is a calculator, because for my fourth grade students, next year you're going to be using a calculator anyway. So we're just going to get you ready, and you don't really have a 120 chart at home for you to do all of your counting on. So I'm going to go ahead and teach you how to use a calculator the way that the fifth graders do. So, all right, gather your supplies and then come on back to the video and I'll show you how to do it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our sheet of notebook paper and we're going to fold it to make our lines. So turn your notebook paper sideways, and this is going to be fairly easy because you've got these lovely lines here to make sure that you match it up. So you don't want to crease it when your lines don't match up. So just keep moving it until you get them lined up, and then go all the way to the edge and then make your crease. And you're going to do it again, making sure that you have your lines matched up and that you go all the way to the edge and crease. And you're going to do it again. And as the paper gets thicker and thicker, sometimes it's easier to just start on one end and match those lines up and those edges up, crease that, and then move on down the row. So make sure your lines are matched up and your edges are matched up. And you keep going down. Now we want to do this one more time. And again, it's getting pretty thick, so just start on one end, match up your lines, and go down as you go. So you're matching up those lines and crease. Match up those lines. If folding paper is really a challenge for you, see if you can get an adult to help you out. Okay, so now we've got it in this thin little thing. You're going to unfold it. Okay, now we have our lines to make our multiplication chart. So I have found the easiest way to trace these lines so that you can see them better. I'm going to put the hole at the other end of my chart. So put the holes down here on this end. So you're going to start your pen above this top line, because this is going to be the top of our chart. And if you will put your pen on that fold, or your pencil, and put your hand down on the table, so don't hold it upright like this. You want to put your hand and rest this side of your hand on the table, and then drag your hand. Don't use your fingers, but drag your whole hand down the table nice and slow, and just trace that fold. Okay, that's going to make your smoothest lines that you possibly can. So just drag the whole hand, and you're going to keep going, obviously, until you get all of your lines drawn for your chart. So you keep going all the way across. So I have one already done. I've traced all of my lines. And remember, I'm just going to go over the basics of the chart with you. You want to start with your times sign in the corner, then number down the side, starting with 0. And you can go as far as you want to, because notebook paper will allow you to make a really nice big chart. So I went all the way to 16, but you can go as far as you want to, because the more multiplication facts you have on here, the easier your math is going to be. Okay, then you're going to start with 0 on the top and number along the top of the chart, and you go as far as you can. My notebook paper would allow me to go to 14, so that's going to be a nice size chart. Okay, then you're going to fill in your zeros. You know, 1 times 0 is 0. Any number times 0 is 0, so fill in your zeros. Now remember, when we're in class, we always teach that we fill in both directions. So up and down, and then side to side. So you want to fill in both directions because that's going to make the amount that you have to fill in smaller and smaller and smaller as you work your way down the chart. Then do your ones. 1 times 1 is 1. That's where we start. Then number all the way down to the bottom of your chart and number all the way across. Okay, now how do we use the calculator to fill in the rest? So we're going to show you. Okay, we need to fill in our 2's. We're going to start with this first one that's already been written for you because you've filled in your 1's place already. Okay, so we've got our 1's already done. So we're going to start with a 2. If I have 1, 2, I have 2. But if I have 2 groups of 2, I have a different number. Here's how you're going to use the calculator. So you're going to do 2 plus itself plus 2 more. And then you hit the equal sign and it gives you 4. So if I have 2 groups of 2, that gives me 4. Okay. Now all you have to do is hit the equal sign. Don't touch anything else on the calculator. Just hit the equal sign and it gives you the next one. The next one is 6. If I have 3 groups of 2, I have 6. Hit the equal sign. It gives you the next one. Hit the equal sign. It gives you the next one. Keep hitting that equal sign and filling in the numbers all the way across. Okay. Once you get them filled in all the way across, you simply copy those numbers down in the other direction. So we already have 4, so the next one would be 6. And keep your finger on 1 as you write the other. Now I know that I'm left-handed, but you can do the same thing with just the other hand. Keep your finger on the 1 while you copy it in the other direction. So you choose if you want to do the up and down first and then fill in the sideways, that's totally fine. You just want to keep going until you get all the way down and all the way across. So now let's see the 3's. Just as an example, just to make sure we understand, we need to do 3 plus itself, and that gives me 6. Now I already have the 6 written down, so now all I have to do is hit the equal sign and it gives me the next one. And the next one, and the next one. And you just keep hitting that equal sign to give you the next multiple of 3. And then once you've gone all the way across, remember to take it in the row 3 and copy all those numbers straight down. Now we already have the 9, so the next one will be a 12, then a 15, and remember to track with one finger on the number that you're copying while the other hand does the copying. Okay, and you would go all the way down, all the way across, and all the way down. Now let's check the 4's just to make sure we understand. Remember, we're doing 4 plus another 4 to get it started. You always have to start with the number plus itself. Now, I hit the equal sign and it gives me 8. I already have the 4 and the 8. Hit the equal sign, it gives me the 12, which I already have. Equal sign, okay, there's my next one. So I copy in the 16, and then the next one is a 20. Hit the equal sign again, the next one is 24. And you're just gonna keep going all the way across, or if you're choosing to go down first, go all the way down. Then you're gonna take those numbers and in the column of the 4, you're gonna copy the numbers down. 20, 24, 28. And you can see that as we keep going, the amount of the chart that we have to fill in will keep getting smaller and smaller. All right. You're going to need a chart for the upcoming lessons that we're going to be doing on Class Dojo. We're getting ready to move in with 5th graders. We're going to be moving into fractions. Remember, we use our multiplication chart to help us simplify fractions and to find common denominators. So you're going to need a chart. And if you're in the 4th grade, we're getting ready to move into division. So you're going to need this chart to help you with your division problems. All right, get a chart made. Keep it in a safe spot so you don't have to make another one. If you've got little brothers and sisters around, make sure you keep it put up so it doesn't get colored on or get torn up by the dog, etc. Otherwise, you're going to have to make another one. All right. Have fun making your chart. I know you love them.